Look where I am, how exciting. The kitchen is officially finished and I can finally share the kitchen makeover video with you. Gear on, safety first, ready to go. This kitchen was gorgeous before, but you just wait. Kind of nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous, but I am. Got a paintbrush. I'm just gonna go up there and just paint a little section. It's gonna give us so much storage. Like seeing this right now, like the amount of storage that we're gonna have, just painting, 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 painting. You feel like you're getting somewhere and then you're like, hold on, there's so much to do still. But it will be over soon. We have doors, we have doors. Roxy has given it the official seal of approval. We moved into this house in February 2021. It's now November. We started renovating in the summer. We knew that this kitchen would be the first thing that we renovated because it's such a big part of our job and our everyday life. It's the heart of the home. We fell in love with the kitchen when we first viewed the house because it's just so lovely. It feels like an old world kitchen because of the Aga, because of the fireplace, the granite, the windows, the beams. There's just so much character in here and we didn't want to take that away, but it definitely needed some touching up. I had some issues with some of the things in the kitchen, which I'll tell you about. And it was quite dark in here. There were sort of a lot of dark tones, dark wood on the worktops, dark beams, and it didn't feel like the brightest space. And also there was a lot of impracticality with storage and room for everything. Making it brighter, a bit more modern, a bit more fresh, and adding the storage that we needed and fixing everything that was broken was our priority. The first thing we tackled was the beams. This was a DIY. By the way, everything that I mentioned in this video, there are full vlogs about. If you go to our renovation playlist, you can watch the whole experience in real time. This is just a summary, but I did the beams. What I did was sand them back with a mouse sander. It was a lot of work. I think I spent basically every weekend for about a month doing them, and I just love them. They're one of my favorite parts of the room, and I'm so proud of myself that I did it myself. We put all the dust sheets down and I've got my trusty little mouse. So basically I'm going to start sanding, see if this sandpaper is strong enough. We've got two of these. These are the mouse sanders. Really recommend for anyone doing DIY at home because it comes in so much handy. Is that the right phrase?
A lot of handy.
So much handy, lots of handy. I'm joking, I say that wrong all the time. Alex always makes fun of me. And I'm just going to see, do you reckon this one's rough enough?
That's the roughest one.
Do you reckon we should start less?
I don't, because it looks like they've used like a belt sander, which is more tough.
Okay.
I don't know how much effect that's going to have.
Well, let's give it a go, shall we? Let's go see.
Yeah.
Gear on, safety first, ready to go. DIY is going great because this just broke. Fixed it. Ta-da! I thought this was a good chance to show you the difference because I've done half of the beam. So obviously over here, quite dark, sort of uneven, looks like someone's had a go at doing some sort of sanding or some sort of staining. Same as over here, sort of some sort of a go. Here's a bit lighter, here's a bit darker. And then down here is the sanded part. It looks so beautiful. That is exactly the colour I would like. You can see how once they're all done, how much brighter it will feel because that's such a lighter wood. So much lighter. Got a new mask because as you saw the other one broke. Let's put this on properly. So here we go again. Roxy is staring at me because I've shut her out the room. Too dusty for puppies. Look Look at this layer of dust. It's so much dustier this end, but I think that's because there was a really thick layer of varnish on these ones. It feels so much brighter. It's mad. Like, it's so much better. And imagine when it's painted. This kitchen was gorgeous before, but you just wait. Got all my bits in this bag. Got my big set of paintbrushes. Got my vinegar. Got my bleach. First, I've sanded them already. That's good. That job's been done. Next, I need to go wipe them all down with a cloth, and I'm gonna then paint on the bleach. I think you need to put it in like a little plastic container because it will, if you use like metal or anything, that will eat away at the metal. So I'm gonna use a little plastic, you know, container, like a takeaway container or something. And then I think you leave the bleach on and you basically can watch to see the color that you would like, and then you use vinegar to deactivate the bleach. Kind of nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous, but I am. Got a paintbrush. I'm just gonna go up there and just paint a little section. Good morning, everyone. First of all, I'll show you what I did with the beams because it has made such a difference. And I've got to do the other side, but I have done half, so I'll show you that really quickly. I lime washed them the other day, and this is how they turned out, and I'm so over the moon. As you can see, they've just got a really nice cool tone to them now, whereas as you can see compared to these, they're a little bit orange still. So I'm very, very happy, and I will show you how I did it when I do these ones. But it was very simple. You just use lime wax and a cloth, and that was it, because obviously I've done all the hard work of sanding already. Next, the cupboards started to be built. We came up with our design. My mum really helped me with this. We decided where they would go. I knew that we needed extra storage down this end of the room. I did have some reservations, some kind of fears that it would end up encroaching on the room, making the room feel smaller, look like they weren't always there, but my gut was right, and they do look like they've always been there. They don't take any extra room. It's just using dead space because we had a bookcase and a dresser in that place, and there was, you know, all this room around it. There was an alcove that wasn't being used, and now there's so much storage, and I'm so glad we made this decision. But we didn't just build cupboards at one end of the room. We also built extra cupboards in our kitchen just to make it feel more built in. So we built in our fridge and our freezer. We got an extra cupboard to the side of the Aga, and it's just added so much extra space. I love that the fridge and the freezer are built in. So thank you so much to our carpenter, Anthony. They are beautiful cupboards. You may have noticed that this cupboard has gone in. Our carpenter was here yesterday, and he's put in our cupboard for our freezer. This is just MDF on the inside, and then they're gonna have pine doors just to save money because wood is really expensive at the minute. And we're thinking at the top here, doing something for a wine storage, because I think it will have a door on it, but I think you can do like a cross sort of shape to put wine in. I'm going to ask him today what he recommends or what he thinks, but I think that would be really, really useful. And then over here we have the cupboard for the fridge. Same thing. The electricians are coming today to fit these sockets and switches, and if they have time, maybe the lights as well. Today, also, the guy from Cornwall Stoves is coming over to look at the wood burners. Yeah, I think we've already decided on the one for the kitchen. It's like I think it's called Charnwood Stoves. I think that's what it's called. And it's because it's a smaller one that will fit in the fireplace, because the hearth, there is no hearth. As you can see, there's no hearth. And we didn't want it to be too big coming out, because then it would be a bit of a trip hazard. So he's found a stove that's quite small so that the hearth won't have to come out too far, which is ideal. But yeah, I'll update you at the end of the day with progress, and fingers crossed the electricians have showed up. Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, and I think I totally forgot to finish vlogging on Tuesday because the electricians were here, the gardeners were here, and then we had Cornwall Stoves round to talk to about our stove in our living room, and I want to show you the progress that was made. These are the ones from Electrical Direct. They're called Knightsbridge. Yeah, I'm very happy with them because they're like an antique brass. They're very subtle, they're not in your face, and they were very affordable, so very pleased with those. We've got the matching dimmer switch. I can't show you because the fridge is in the way, but we've got the light switch here with those little toggle switches. We've got the recess lights in that I showed you. These are the antique brass again. That one needs to be pushed in a bit further, it looks like. And there it is. It looks horrendous still because it's not been painted. So ignore that. And then we've got our spotlights in place on the beams. Again, it will look so much better when we painted. I'm gonna do the beams before my dentist appointment. I did obviously the ones on this half, and I'm gonna do them here. The last progress, I think, was me bleaching these ones. I did do the lime wax on that side, but I didn't show you how I did it. So I'll show you how I did it if any of you are looking to do it as well. I bought this from B&Q. It's the Coal Run Refined Liming Wax. I'm sure you can buy it in any hardware store, wherever you live. It's quite a standard thing. And it's really simple. You just clean the beams with some white spirit and a cloth. You use a cloth to rub this on in the direction of the grain. It tells you how to do it on the back. And then you rub it off in the opposite direction. And I also used a brush just to get any of the lime wax that had sort of stuck to all the grooves in the wood, because this wood is very uneven. Alex's idea that, it was great because there were like chunks of white, so that got all that out. So I'm gonna do that on this side, and it's quite a simple job, so it shouldn't take me too long. And I'll show you how I do it. Definitely need to get changed though, because this is a very nice dress and I'm not gonna ruin it. Happy Friday, everyone. Why is it a happy Friday? It's a happy Friday because the carpenter is here. He's just nipped out, so I thought I'd show you what he's been doing, so we get some real-time progress. This cupboard's looking pretty good. Yeah, that's looking good, and the same over here. So these are the ones that I did yesterday. I'm so happy, they look so much better. This is just like the skeleton, I guess, of the cupboard. But you can see the vibe we're going for. The lighting is so bad because I'm facing the window. It does not look that dark in real life. Yeah, so we're gonna have doors, cupboards at the top, 2 exposed shelves for storage, and then cupboards at the bottom. Not dissimilar to this, to be honest. Next, I think week, I guess he'll come back and do this side, and then we'll have the window seat. It's always the scary bit where you're like, oh my gosh, what's it gonna look like? Because now I'm like realizing how much obviously it's taking space out of the room. It's gonna give us so much storage. Like seeing this right now, like the amount of storage that we're gonna have is just so exciting to me. Like I can store like all of my equipment and we can have so much out on show. And I feel like it feels very traditional, because lots of old houses have beautiful built-in cupboards like this, and it will be so different when it's all painted, because hopefully the idea is when it's painted it will sort of blend into the wall. So we're going to have the kitchen be painted green, and then these are going to be white to match the walls, so that they'll feel very like in keeping. But yeah, I'm so excited. I literally can't believe how I finished the beams and was literally taking it.
Literally.
What's the word I'm looking for? I just finished the beams and was scraping this tin. I was so determined. I was like, I'm so close. I'm not going to open another tin. And I did it. I managed to finish them. Now I'm just going to go over with my brush and cloth to finish them up, and they're all done then. So I'm going to go in and do this now. And we're done. They've got to dry, but they look so great, don't they? Like these ones are still a bit wet, so I think they'll look a bit less. I mean, I'm just so pleased. I'm so pleased. I just got my ponytail in this water. Ugh.
I guess we're both burned out. 'Cause something isn't right, I know.
All of the prep now for this section is done. I'm just going to be painting this here. I'm not going to do the ceiling yet, not going to tackle that yet. And like, I don't know, like this much of the wall, because the cupboards are going to cover it. I'm not going to waste paint on all of this when it's all going to be boxed in.
I know. Not a single one can tell me what went wrong. Seize the day, take your time, find a way. Sleep at night, search the light, find a way. I'm so confused right now, baby. Didn't work for us, didn't work for us. And I guess it's over.
We now have a big cupboard in the corner. So there you go. It's all fitted into the corner now. The plan here is we're going to have one door here and then 2 doors here. And then at the bottom, this will be drawers. Originally, I was just going to have cupboards. And then I was like, it's a pantry. It'll be so much more useful to have drawers here. So we'll have maybe 3 drawers. And then I think we're going to have some shelves in here that we can adjust. He mentioned that he'll put some holes down the side so we can move them around as we would like, which will be so useful. The idea for this one, mainly these 2, is going to be like a pantry. So I'll mainly put a lot of our food in here. The doors will match the kitchen doors, so it'll be shaker style. So he'll panel them like this, and then they'll be painted. They'll be painted to match the walls. Here is where the freezer will go, and this one will be painted green like the kitchen, and then we'll have this cupboard and then a cupboard going around this corner with a worktop. So it will kind of make the kitchen feel more like it's an L-shaped kitchen rather than just like one wall. I'm very sorry about the mess. We had people around yesterday, so it's like, and like, I don't know, I've said this before, because we're renovating, I've just given up on even trying to make this tidy. But yeah, it will kind of go like this and then across here, which will be so nice. Yeah, and then we're going to have a window seat in the middle, and I really think it's going to make the window pop and show up a lot better. Good morning, everyone. It is Monday afternoon. I have a feeling this week it's going to all come together. I'll show you what's happened today, but yeah, we've got a bit of a window seat happening, which I'm so excited for. Yeah, the main thing is that we have this new window seat. We've gone for this sort of grate effect on the front, which I'm going to paint. I'll paint it all white so everything will be matching. Hello, you. He was just rubbing his head against my hand. What are you cooking here then?
I'm cooking dal.
It's a nice little routine this, isn't it? You cooking me
Yeah.
Indian whilst I paint.
Yeah.
Happy Saturday. I have been painting today, doing this cupboard. You can see I've now done the shelves, and I've done my 4th layer of paint. We're getting there, we're getting there. Good evening. I haven't vlogged much since I last spoke to you because I feel like all my video at the minute there's just painting. It's just painting. And that's just the reality of it at the minute. I got to the point where I had to stop, and I was just feeling overwhelmed by the sheer volume of painting that I know is to come, because it's got to be like more layers of paint, and then the painting on the walls, and then the floors need to be sanded. And I'm sure if you have been DIYing or renovating your own home, there's a point in the project where you, I don't know, you feel like you're getting somewhere, and then you're like, hold on, there's so much to do still. That's the moment I had earlier. I've done my first coat of wood primer. You can see it on that side. I haven't done the mouldings or the window seat because we had to put some wood filler, so I'll do those tomorrow. But feeling really happy with that progress.
Vitamins and history books, psychology and a different way to look at it all. 'Cause my perspective is broken. If suffering's a way to earn your keep, I better start putting miles on. If suffering's a way to earn your keep, I better start putting miles on my feet.
Who else loves this colour? Cause same. Oh my gosh. So happy with it. It's like very similar to our kitchen currently. Just a little bit happier, I think. When the cupboards were kind of like halfway there, I guess when the cupboards were nearly finished, we got our fireplace done. This was a kind of a thing we wish we'd done before the cupboards, but because of organising it ourselves and timelines not working up and lead times, all this sort of stuff, ended up being that the fireplace was done after the cupboards were done. And it kind of meant that doing the repointing of the fireplace around the edge of the cupboards wasn't ideal, and it still isn't ideal. But also it's one of those things in a renovation where you realise I'm never going to look at that again or care. We got it all repointed in lime mortar because it was kind of crumbling and cracking, and we thought this was the time to do it, just to make the stone supported and breathable so we don't have any issues in the future. The fireplace needed lining and replacing because the wood burner that was in there was not legal or HETAS certified. There wasn't even a hearth. It was propped up on pieces of wood. So Cornwall stoves came in. They recommended us to get a charnwood stove. We got the Country 4 charnwood stove, which we're in love with, in almond. And my sister told me to get this colour because it kind of matches the Aga, which is incredible. And I love it. It's amazing. I'm so happy that we have a fireplace in our kitchen. I never thought I'd have a fireplace in my kitchen. It's the coziest thing. There are some finishing touches that we were doing along the way, like we've got the Aga tiles changed. They were just a bit yellow, a bit gross. We changed them for, I think it's a brand called Marlborough tiles, really plain. I considered doing patterned tiles, but in the end, I thought that might date. We also got our worktop changed. There was a huge lead time on that. I think we ordered that right at the start, maybe in the summertime, and it was like a 3 or 4 month wait. We got it from Everything Stone, and it's a Carrara quartz, and it's so beautiful. It's like an off-white color. We went to the workshop studio, what's it called? You know what I mean, the place where you view everything. We went there and viewed everything, and there were quite a few that were quite bright whites, and I wanted it to be an off-white so it wouldn't look too white compared to the Aga and other things, which I'm really happy with because now it's in. It looks like it's bright white, but it's just a bit more subtle, and it looks less modern, I think, because of that. There's a really subtle grain in there. So we ripped the wood worktop out, and then the granite worktop my sister is having, and she's going to make it into some kind of outdoor table, so that's not going to waste. But I'm just so pleased we made that decision. It just has made the whole kitchen feel so much brighter. And we've added extra space. So where there was a cupboard built next to the Aga, we have extra workspace for storing a few things. And the worktop also goes round the Aga now, which is great. The island also is a little bit bigger. There's a little overhang, so we can sit there at the island. We have had, as you can see, workmen in here today doing our fireplace. This morning we taped up all the cupboards to make sure they're safe, and he has ripped out all of the concrete. So they're going to re-point this with lime mortar. The fireplace is out, there it is, and we're going to get a new one put in. And yeah, I think this will really make this much more stand out and beautiful looking. And the guys from Everything Stone were here to measure up the worktops and plan everything out, because we've got lots to consider, especially around the Arga, like all these funny edges. So they're going to mould it all around that nice and neatly. We're getting there, we're getting so there. They have rendered the fireplace with lime mortar, and it's really lightened up since I think I last showed you. And down here you can see they've removed, there's like a concrete kind of base, they've removed that, and they removed a little bit of the wood just to see what was underneath, because we need to build a hearth. We're trying to actually find a decorator to potentially do the rest of the kitchen, because it is driving me a little mad, because there's so many layers to do, and just the sheer quantity that I know that is left to do is putting me on edge a bit, and I would like the kitchen to be finished so it doesn't interrupt my work so much. But it will be over soon. It's I'm sure like everyone who's doing renovations knows this feeling, that you feel like you're doing two jobs. You literally just feel like you're doing two jobs, because that's just what happens. The main thing that happened today is our tiles. This matches beautifully with the Arga, and tomorrow he'll come back to grout it, so it'll have white grout, so it'll look really finished. But it's just made, I don't know, it's made a very big difference. I'm very happy. And then all of our worktops have been removed, minus this tap, because we need to detach the tap. But yeah, everything has come out, so the guys can come in and do their job, and then we just need to do this granite worktop. Excuse everything on there, that was like stuff that was on the worktops. And yeah, I'm just going to stop apologising for the state of the kitchen, because yeah, that's just the reality. We need to spend a lot of time emptying everything from here. The cupboard doors are here, not on yet, but they are here. That's a step in the right direction. And I don't think I've shown you this, but we now officially have a wood burner. This is Country 4 from Charnwood Stoves, and it's really cute. It's just going to look lovely, and the hearth will look really beautiful. Good afternoon. I've been on my computer all day editing. We have the tiles officially finished and done, and they just look like they've always been there, don't they? Because they just match so well to the Arga. So he grouted them. We had to get him back because there was one of them that had a chip in it, but he was very nice about it and came straight back and fixed it, so crisis averted. And yeah, when the worktop's in, it will finish off all really nicely. It is Wednesday morning, and today is officially worktop installation day. We have taken all the worktops off, and it's now my job to make sure everything is clear, because there's a few bits and pieces around. We have doors. Look at this, we've got nice hinges. Lovely. Good morning. It is Thursday, day after worktops have been installed, and I'm going to show you, it looks so bright in here, it's actually amazing. So here they are, all in, looking gorgeous, and the light in here has just really changed. It reflects everything and it just looks beautiful. So we went for Bianca Carrera quartz. I'll leave the details in the description if anyone's interested. And we've got up stands here, got the little grooves, and yeah, it just looks really, really lovely. And then in here next week we're getting our hob installed. Just got to remove this bit of wood and then it can go in, but we've actually got a bigger island now because we have more of an overhang. As you can see, I think it was about here before, so we've got a bit more of an overhang so we can sit there with our stools, and it means that the island is actually quite a bit bigger. Also, a bit of a cupboard update. We now have doors on the cupboards, and also he's popped the handles on. We'll probably take these off to paint, but these are the little handles we've gone for. I shared them in another video. I've forgotten the name of where they're from, but I'll link them below. It's really coming together. So this is the finished kind of look. So this is all doors. Not the finished look, because it's going to be painted, but this is the finished like arrangement. And then this side is shelving. So it's slightly different, both sides. I don't want it to be too symmetrical and boring. We've got the fridges and the freezer in, and the doors just have to go on. But that's actually freed up a lot of space, especially when you walk in here. The fridge was here for so long, and now it's in there, and we've just got the doors to go on. So it's a lot of progress this week, which is great. And then next week the windows are being done. Yesterday I was like, oh my gosh, I just want to paint the whole room, I want to get it done. And then my family were like, no Maddie, wait for the decorator, because I don't think the decorator can come until the end of September. Well, we haven't confirmed it yet, he's letting me know next week. But I'm just so impatient. I'm so excited by the worktops going in that I want, when everyone's kind of gone, to just paint. But I know it's a really big job, so I'm gonna wait. But while the cupboards were happening, we had a few other kind of bigger projects going on. So we got our windows replaced, which has made such a difference to this room. I love it. I love these windows so much, but they just turned out so beautifully. And I love that they now match, because this one back here, as you can see, it's got the kind of 4x4 sash split Georgian style, and this end had a Victorian style, which was just 2x2. And I'm so happy that they match now, and they just look gorgeous. Okay, so ignore my breakfast cooking in the background, but this is what they're looking like inside. But look how gorgeous they are. So they have the most lovely details. Oh, wait, no, you cannot, no, off. So they've got locks here, the most beautiful gold details. Just ignore the mess, obviously they're in the middle of doing them. Frame is beautiful, the details are lovely, and I feel like if I went into this house, I wouldn't know that they weren't original until I looked closely at the double glazing, but they are just so stunning and they make a real difference, I think. Bad news about this sink, don't know if I said, but it's just totally broken, so we're gonna have to get a different tap. This I think maybe I already talked about this, but this is spraying, this is broken. In the end, we did decide to get someone to come in to paint, because when I was painting the cupboards, like I said, I realized there was just so much painting to do. The raw MDF and pine took like 4 or 5 coats of white paint, and we painted the walls, the cupboards, the ceilings all in Lick White 01, and then we painted the kitchen in Lick Green 09, and we painted the dresser in Lick Green 02. So yeah, Lick kindly gifted us some paint, and I'm very happy with it. Very, very good paint. Very, very heavy duty paint. The painter even said, this is very, very good paint. I did a DIY on the dresser like you saw. I'll link that video up here, which I'm obsessed with the colour and I'm obsessed with how it turned out. And then it was all the finishing touches. Here's a little sneak peek of all the lovely white paint. Looking really good. And our beautiful new windows. But just now, filming these clips to you, I can just see how much brighter the room is, because I'm talking to you right now and look how bright I am, whereas before I would look so dark because the colours in here were so dark, and it just all reflects. And I'm in a lovely bright kitchen. Ah. the painting was done, then we had to tackle the floors, which we left till the end, which I'm glad we did because it was the messiest job, and I think if we had painted after doing the floors, there was a risk of the floors getting ruined from painting. We sanded it all back, got rid of all the varnish, stained the floors, and they look beautiful now. They're really warm, and I'm glad that we did it ourselves because we got some quotes and they were high. This is the floor currently. Obviously we have contributed a little bit with all the paint marks from lots of the work we've done in here, but the main issue is just the amount of scuffing, and hopefully we can use a really light sand and it will go back to this colour underneath the varnish. And Roxy, you're going to have to evacuate.
She's just polishing it up.
Shall we use you to polish it afterwards? I think you'd be a good polisher. We're going to give this a go. That's horrendous. It doesn't even look slightly, it looks absolutely horrendous. I can't do it. I don't know how to do it. This is the worst part. I can't do this part. I genuinely don't understand. How? How do you get this in? This is where we're currently at. I had a bit of a breakdown at first because it wasn't working, and then we persevered and it got a bit better. Good morning, day 2 of sanding the floors. Alex went out and got loads more sandpaper, and bless you, I finished doing one layer and we're just gonna have to go over it all again, and then we'll hire the edge sander to do all the edges and hopefully get the majority, and anything we don't manage we'll have to go in with our mouse sander. But it does look good. I hate this thing, but we'll get there. Good morning, it's the next day and we are edge sanding. I did get some done yesterday. So I've done the edges here, but you can see there's a few bits that I haven't quite got.
Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon, side by side and through, no limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight.
I'm so scared. That's quite a lot darker. It's very dark. We put the oil on, we used 2 coats. Given it's actually not the colour I wanted originally in my mind, and it's quite a warm colour. However, I am actually really happy with it because Alex pointed out it really reminds me of our floors in our old house, and I'll put a photo here. And it just looks like beautifully nourished antique pine. Roxy has given it the official seal of approval.
The colour matched it too, huh?
Yeah, it's Roxy coloured, isn't it? Isn't it?
Oh.
Yeah, we're all moved in now, and you've got to stay tuned for the tour, the full tour. Obviously I've shown you what it looks like in this video, but I'm gonna show you a full tour of the kitchen where I go around and explain everything and show you the cupboards and inside and everything like that. But I'm just so happy it's finally finished. It is my dream kitchen. I'm over the moon with it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you loved watching the process of this kitchen. If you're not already following us on Our Cornish Cottage, then please do, because I pretty much share everything that happens with the kitchen, with anything house related renovations, live as it happens on the day. And then I upload my vlogs. Obviously you can go check out the renovation playlist to see the whole renovation of this kitchen and all the other stuff that's going on, like our garage. And yeah, subscribe for future videos where I'm going to be sharing all the other makeovers. We're currently renovating our garage, and next up is our living room and our bathroom. Stay tuned for the tour. That'll be the first video going live in Vlogmas, which we're doing. So I'll see you on the 1st of December for the kitchen tour. I'll probably see you before that, but if you want to see kitchen related stuff, that's when you'll have to wait for the tour. But yeah, let me know what you think, and goodbye.